I know Roxbury has been incredibly helpful in trying to get this park to be connected to their sewer line, because this is the one lakefront property in Roxbury that is not hooked up to the sewers. But I don't know. I didn't want to steal your thunder there. You guys want to go down the line?
Well, first of all, yeah. Thanks very much. Well, first of all, you know, the algae bloom this summer was horrible for the lake and the businesses around the lake and the people who live around the lake. But one of the things it did is it really galvanized, I think, the 4 towns that are around the lake, and that's a good thing. And we're working together. I want to compliment the Lake Hopatcong Foundation for bringing us all together. And once again, the foundation is a true advocate for the lake. Yeah, the one thing that we're working on, the other mayors can talk about their areas, is this park. It needs to be sewered, and those plans have been in the works for a really long time. We see renewed interest from the state in finally getting that project done, and for that we applaud them for revisiting the sewer issue here at the State Park. I think it's a huge issue in terms of keeping the lake clean and avoiding the algae in the future. So let me just pass it along.
Yeah, I echo what Bob said. You know, we're trying to work together collaboratively as the 4 towns, the 4 mayors, in addition to the foundation, who again has been instrumental in really, you know, helping to push issues for the lake forward. I also serve on the Lake Hopatcong Commission as an alternate commissioner, so that's included as well. And I think between the different partners, we've been trying to push the state. As everybody knows, it's a state-owned lake. I mean, we only could do so much. We don't have the resources as municipalities to, you know, obviously put a lot into the lake, but there are things that we can do within our municipalities to help improve the quality of the lake. So we've been trying to come up with some of those solutions to try to push our governor and our legislatures. As you know, Senator Sweeney, Senate President Sweeney came to Lake Hopatcong back in September, took a tour of the lake, very impressed, never been here. He's a South Jersey's representative, so it was an eye-opening experience for him to come see Lake Hopatcong and see the beauty of our lake. So trying to put together projects that we can present to the DEP to hopefully get some funding, and then also push the governor's office to adequately fund the Lake Hopatcong Commission, who has been charged to help protect and clean our lake, keep our lake clean. In Jefferson, we did a sewer study back in 2002 as the other towns were sewering their communities. Jefferson was part of that to do the entire Lake Shawnee area, the watershed area through Lake Hopatcong. That died because of lack of funding. We did meet with the Highlands. My business administrator and I met with the Highlands Council to look at getting some funding for trying to revitalize that study to see what can be done in the future. So if funding should come available, I mean, obviously we're talking a multi-million-dollar project that we can maybe proceed forward to sewer our portion of the lake as well. So.
Well, in my almost 50 years of living in Hopatcong, I have never seen the 4 towns work together as well as they are now. To the person, to the mayor, and to the governing body, we all care about our lake, and we're going to diligently work to find solutions to it. Now, short term, mid-term, and long term, I can translate that. Short term is treating the actual place where the algae is. That's like a Band-Aid on a cut. The midterm is kind of something a little bit of a longer solution. And for example, we can aerate a portion of the lake to help control it. And long term is really talking about our stormwater, permanent stormwater controls, and also extending sewer lines, which in at least in our town and also Jefferson, at the very least, it's a sore subject because it's expensive. Who pays for it? In the borough of Hopatcong, we're almost the entire west shore, give or take a little bit, but we're really affected by this. We have more beaches, we have more parks, so and our business has really got crushed with this. So it would behoove us all to work very hard. I've been down to DEP personally. They can sometimes be difficult bureaucracy to deal with, and I make no bones about it that I don't think that they're doing as good a job as they should. So fortunately we have the Lake Foundation, we have the Lake Commission, and we have the mayor as a unified force to find an answer to this. A short answer, a long answer, but above all, next year we cannot allow this to happen under any circumstances So whatever that takes, you know, I've gone out myself and got lake management people to add another flavor to what we're doing. And so the more that we know, the more options that we have, I think the better answer we can get. So that's what we all agree on. And we have mayor's meeting. Sometimes if you are a fly on the wall, it gets a little contentious, if you will. But we all agree that this that you see in the back, this is our jewel. This is what we are all about. So when we say we want to make our town a destination, this is the reason right here that it is. And if we don't take care of it, we can't get the state to take care of it. Shame on the state, because we care about it. And it, you know, when you want to do something, the state has to give you permission to do it. We'd love to do something right away, but there's a bureaucratic process that drives us nuts. And so we keep working on that. We will come up with a solution. And next year, I can tell you that as long as I'm breathing, we'll make sure this doesn't happen again. So we're going to do everything possible through the winter to make sure that we keep our lake healthy.
Thanks. Yeah, I agree with pretty much everything that we've been saying here. It's been fantastic to have the four towns really come together. There's a couple of points I want to hammer home that we've already hammered, but it really bears hammering really hard, and that is that Trenton needs to fund the commission. We have to get that done, and the DEP needs to stop with the bureaucracy. Mike and I have been talking about the trefoil carp, the grass-eating carp, for years. I mean, there's no reason why we can't at least experiment with that in Crescent Cove and see how that works. There's just a lot of stuff that we're being hamstrung by from Trenton, and we need that to stop. So that's my sort of nasty side, and my good side is I've learned a lot this summer. It's amazing. Green infrastructure is my new hobby. As soon as I get done here, I'm going over to town with the Boy Scouts, and we're building a rain garden between Memorial Pond and the beach along that stream. We're going to put rain gardens all over town. In your bedroom, if you want one, I'll put you in a rain garden, okay? But, you know, there's so many great things with green infrastructure that we can do that are free or low cost that will also help. But so the big bucks, we need Trenton to step up and fund the commission, and we need the DEP to work with us a lot more like we're working together. And that's my message.
Fantastic.
I'd like
Great.
to speak on behalf of Sussex County, and Sussex County was very involved with the lake this summer and continues to be involved. We gave signs to Mayor Francis when he needed him to make sure everybody knew that there was a problem with the lake and they needed to be careful with the toxic situation. We were there with our health department to answer all the calls on medical and health issues. They were also down testing the beaches, closing and opening them when appropriate. So we're in tune to everything that's going on here up in the county, and we're always available to offer any of our resources for Lake Hopatcong. But I would just like to say that Lake Hopatcong is so important to our entire county. People come and they visit and they end up staying a lifetime. And I think each one of us have a story associated with how you fell in love with the lake and how you're never going to leave this lake. So we are all vested here. It's important to us. And I said for 40 years this conversation has been going on, and now it's gotten to a point where everyone is involved, and I think that's a really good thing. So I want to thank all the four mayors. I know they do a tremendous job working together. We'll definitely bring us to a point with the DEP, but they know that we're serious, we need their help, and it has to come soon. And I want to thank the foundation, because they're always the ones that initiate these things for us. So thank you.